Guys, back to another episode. This is a new series I've just started. It's Let's Play Star Drive 2. Now, I do have a few problems with the game. One problem is that since I'm running a dual monitor setup, if I put my mouse to the right of the screen, it goes to the other screen. However, I have downloaded a tool that prevents that. If you're having the same problem as I'm having, they'll probably fix it soon, but I can link you to the plugin I'm using. Also, it's not borderless window, which can be a problem for some people, but especially for me here, it's not a problem too much. But we are just going to go through this. We are running on beautiful, I may have to turn it down a bit due to my computer not having great CPU, and I have turned down the anti-aliasing. I may turn it up. Yeah, we should be fine. I haven't had much problems, but there can be problems in ship fights when there's a lot of people, and that's just naturally to the game. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so in this game there's a bunch of races. Sorry, I can't be distracted there. But there's a bunch of races, and as you can see here, they each have different attributes. And I just kind of went through these guys' attributes, and they always have a negative one, sometimes they have more. And the more negative they have, the more normal ones they can get. So this character already can actually, I think, yeah, this character already, I see here, he's got quite a few things. He can have rich homeworld, high G, all the stuff that give him different benefits. And each character also has some special units, and will have special abilities and stuff, and even some special techs that are related to their perks. So even though this guy's really bad for space fighting, he may have some perks that helps his ground combat, which he's good at. Now there's quite a few different ones. I played as the humans, and I'm probably gonna win that one, but it was kind of interesting in the way that I was fully surrounded by my enemies, and so that because of that fully surroundedness, it meant that I couldn't grow, so I just literally just focused everything on military, and that's how I survived, and no one could kill me because of star bases and stuff like that. And I was just focused on military and technology, meaning I didn't really care about technology that helped me grow, only that helped me stronger, that made me stronger. And yeah, so that was really interesting, and that was a lot of fun. But I think we're going to try something else. Also, humans are kind of boring in essence, they don't look cool. So essentially we have polyps. And polyps are, they're like these Jamaican plant things. We have the Kulrathi collective, which are essentially slavers. They're really cool. I really like them. We have the Chuck affiliation, which is essentially the subterranean. So they're like they're kind of like moles, essentially space moles. It's really interesting. I don't know. And they do have two abilities, meaning they will have. Why don't they have any good picks? They're repulsive. Oh, because they're peerless space fighters. That's why 6 extra points for that thing. And they're fertile, but they're repulsive, which means that's pretty bad. And they're also they are subterranean, meaning they do get +2 maximum population on tiny planets. Wow, that's massive. Holy cow. Sorry, I'm just like, wow, it's amazing. Anyway, there's also the space bears, space samurai bears. These things are really cool. There's the Cthulhu warriors, shall we call them? They're really cool. I think these guys are they're basically Cthulhu, and they've got like these little squid things, and they're really cool. The Drelocks are kind of these deceptive people who have like this kind of deceptiveness. It's really cool. The Opturus Hive are essentially robotic space beetles. And then the werewolves in space. These things are annoying to have as enemies, because they are so freaking annoying. They will literally just absolutely constantly attack you and constantly throwing you. They literally do not care. They are so angry. but they do have a lot of due to like them having professional space fighters and professional military. So essentially, each character has special perks, and humans are kind of the ones that don't really have any perk, like any negatives. They just kind of go around. These characters don't really breed, so they require slavers, meaning they're a lot more aggressive. These characters are a lot more friendlier, and they just like to grow and spy, so they're a lot more like spy. These characters are quite aggressive, but they're space fighters. They're not really land fighters, and they are quite good on planets. So they really want to just care about, they don't really care about the space of the planets, but 10x maximum population in huge planets is massive, so they do kind of like to get that. These are only basically ground combats, right? These are ground combat bears. They're not very good in space fights. These characters are not very good at farming, but they're basically just good at everything else. They're very good at aquatics. But there's not a lot of aquatic planets. Timid warriors essentially are, they're just spy masters, basically. Yeah, like these characters. But these characters are more friendly. These characters are a little bit more evil. These are essentially just workers who are like cybernetic workers, basically. So like a lot more focused in winning that way. And these characters are a lot more attack aggressive. Now I'm thinking of going the Space Bears or the Cthulhu. Now Space Bears are very interesting in the way that they are weaker in space, meaning that you kind of want to build a lot more land troops, but I don't really normally focus on land troops. I think that's when you can go just so you have to focus on land troops, but these characters have some really cool flying troop abilities and stuff like that. So we can have a look through here. We can see eco-friendly, that's really nice. And just then again, oh wow, that's nice. Holy Land's also really nice pick. Ferocious Warriors is really important, and Ponderous Space Pirates are kind of important too. Quality Engineers. Maybe you could get a bunch of stuff, like corrupt. Clumsy Spies are annoying. I think this is fine. This is a fine setup, there's no extras, so we're just going to choose the Space Bears. And let's continue. Now we have Emperor color. I think we want to choose like a red for like blood, because we're a bear. And we're just going to lower down the opponent so that we have a total of 5 on the map instead of 6. That is pretty impactful because it allows us to grow a bit more, and we just is a slightly simpler game this game. Normal is quite hard, so I don't expect us to win, which is why I am lowering down the opponents. I'm hoping I'm going to get a friendly guy. I really like the bears because they're quite friendly, so not having that's going to be a bit annoying. And these are just like hostile threats, which are like space pirates and stuff. And we're going to disable Taurus, which should already be disabled. Don't know why it's not. Normally it disables after you start a game. Anyway, I've played 6 hours of this game so far, so I know quite a bit. I know what things are good, know what things are bad, and stuff like that. So I'll read this out, and yeah, I don't know if I had an intention to skip this. It was the evening after a great battle when the elders told us of their scholars' unexpected discovery. They told us that they learned to bend the Deo to the will, to shape it to make things possible that once were not. They told us that they crafted a weapon that would yoke the Deo and pull us into stars. They called this weapon the Star Drive. At first we did not understand. Of course we believed them. Such esteemed elders as these would not have stained their honour with deception of any sort. But long did their elders speak that evening. Long did they tell us about the many worlds and dangers of our galaxy, and they told us that surely the stars would be home to beings of immense power, to creatures of deadly cunning and peerless strength. We began to understand. It was there on that bloody field that we watched the sun set on one age and rise on another. Honor and glory can no longer be earned on Tor, which is their home planet. We might master Deo, but how can we ever master ourselves if we decline this challenge before us? And now, barely a year into this new age, we arrive at the day of our departure from Tor. At your command, you will find a colony ship filled with brave colonists and a scout frigate to help find you a home. May you find the honor and wisdom that you seek. Begin. So we start off, we have Tor. This is our home planet. we also have a map. This is the map. This is where you're going to be spending about 95% of your gameplay, is this map with all these stars. It is pretty big. I mean, there's quite a few stars. I can't imagine, but as you see, the distance between the stars are quite substantial, especially between these, even though they seem quite close. So how it works is there's many different stars. Red stars are quite cool, and they're not very good. You want orange stars, which is quite good because we've got quite a few orange stars around us. And blue stars are basically gas giants, which is really bad. So when we're looking at this map and when we're looking how we want to explore, we want to make sure that we don't go around this path here because there's too many blues. I did this in my first playthrough, which really hurt me. Oh wow, that's white star. That's why. Oh, that's so cool. Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't know about white stars. And there's obviously all these special places, which I believe I've never really gone to one, but they are here. It's kind of cool. So this is essentially your map, and you got to make sure you go to certain stars and do certain stuff, right? And so I'm really excited that there's quite a few white stars near me. I can maybe explore one or two. Yeah, it's quite exciting. Now, blue stars are quite bad, and the fact that we have 2 blue stars behind us is concerning, because these blue stars mean that we don't really want to expand this way. We really kind of want to expand through the center here, because that's where a lot of the oranges are around here, and we want to kind of try to expand down here. But we don't really want to go down here too much. Maybe get this orange planet and this red planet, that's it. And maybe check out this nebula. I don't really want to expand that much. I really want to expand up here where there's a lot of orange planets. And kind of control the center. And the problem is that you don't really too much want to control the center, but you do want to a little bit. Now, planets are going to spawn over here and over here and over here. But when you have 5, you kind of have one guy basically in the middle. And that's not good. So, colony ship, we can start to colonize a planet. Now, as you see, there's quite a few different views. There's this view here, which is essentially the overall map. Then there's kind of scrolled-in view where you can see planets, you can edit planets, you can get these little ships, and you can move them around. Now, this one's tidally locked. Each planet can have a certain attribute. Now, the problem is we have 2 gas giants who are both inhabitable. That's not particularly good, but we can cope with it. 4 minus 4 max pop and -1 food per farmer. But if colonized, we can get a special project, a special research to try to undo that. But we don't really want to do that too much. So, but we are just gonna obviously get fleets, and we can do this stuff. So we are gonna look at tour, and this is the ship where this is the main screen where you can do stuff. You have your population, your gold. You also have your approved region. This is going to be quite different for me because before I used something called the Holy Land, which gave you 20% if on your main place. That is massive for approval, but now I'm going to have to be looking at approval a bit more. We're also looking at our income summary. How much we're earning, which is only right now 1 gold. Because we're using the base amount of -3. This is our citizen screen. We can also see the citizen screen from here, and that way we can transfer people from planets. As you see, as we transfer these people, we see something change. We actually do lose science, which is quite interesting, perhaps. Why do we? It must be something about the bears that give us a science. Research per science. Base science is 2. Oh, because they're angry because they're shrinking. That's right, because they're shrinking because of the food shortage. So you gotta make sure your food shortage is fine, which is definitely, as you see, a problem. Whereas before you would have been fine. But yeah, I think you also got your warriors down here, and you gotta be careful. And you got obviously your mech support. I've never actually used mech because I didn't go down that path, but I'll be obviously going down that path now. So if I open up my upgrade, you can see I can upgrade these guys with certain things. One thing you will notice is that we have a special blade and a special ability. Our blade just gives us 17 damage compared to 15, so only 2 damage. It's not much, but it is a nice, decent, small amount that is special, so we definitely want to change out that. Also, because our guys aren't very good at ship range, but we're fine about shooting. But one thing, unstoppable is quite interesting because it's quite nice because people can steal action points from you. So it's quite nice to have that nice little ability there, but it's not very useful early. Regardless, we are going to look at our characters, and well, I mean, our sword guy, he should definitely have some heavy armor, I would assume, and he's definitely got well, he's going to be so close. I would give him pistol. This guy's going to be a lot more range, so giving him something like a medkit would be quite good. This guy's going to be kind of mid-range, so maybe we give him an honor blade and a deployable shield. And then this guy may be the same. There we go, that's quite good. So I'm happy with that. You can also create loadouts. Also, we can go to sites, and this is where we can choose something to research, very much like Civ. Whenever I research one of these things, I lose the other one. So as you see, if I research Research Lab, I would lose the access to get a Imperial University and to get an Astrometics Lab. So to only get Research Lab. But later on you can trade science with people to get those stuff back. Now there's quite a few interesting things. One interesting thing is that you always want to start with some industry. And so we have a choice here. 3 production per worker or 1 production per worker, but we get a flat 5. Now, since our race, we don't really have a specific way we want to build. So humans are industrious, but they're also smart, so they're kind of both. But bears, as we are, actually, no, I wish there was like something about bears and stuff that we could look at. Oh, here we can. Okay, good. We are engineers, but that doesn't affect our building speed, and all this stuff doesn't affect our building speed. But we do have eco-friendly, which will help pollution. So we can spam a little bit more engineers. So we kind of want to choose something that, but we're not really gonna. We're not like the robots bugs who are very bad at farming. So we kind of want to focus on getting some more farming. We just care about whatever we want. And the same here. These things are basically the same. This gives you 1 food per farmer, where this gives you 3 food to the colony, to that special planet. So we're probably going to get the rover bay because it's quite nice. Means that on new planets it's massive compared to this. So a xenomine only impacts you once you have 3 workers. That may seem big because you go, oh, you already have 2 workers, but on a new planet, oh no, that is massive. Because you're not going to get guys for ages. Also, and the fact that, sure, you have to build this, but it's a really nice build thing. As I always said in Civilization, is that my first thing was always to build something that gave me more things to build other things. You know, it was kind of one of those things. You'll notice that something good heavy G and normal G and rich. Essentially, heavy G affects you under certain circumstances. Normal G is normal, and low G can also affect you. I won't talk about it too much. We kind of want to go to this one here because this is looking like a nice star. So we may just move over here. So we press spacebar to move. I didn't actually build anything, so I wasted a turn there, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter too much. And we obviously want to build something like some explorers. Right. So we're going to build a. Well, it doesn't really matter. The explorers, essentially, if we look at them, I didn't show you ship phase, so I'll show it now. So if we click this icon here, this is obviously relations. You can get leaders, planets, I'll see all that. Yeah, we'll show you this. These are all your ships, and then you can click shipyard, and you can build your own ships. Completely, as you see here, this is quite a big ship. That's bigger than, these are big ships. I feel that's bigger than the one I have. Oh, there must be different designs. Oh, that's really cool, because this is a really cool missile design, because I love missiles in this game. Basically here we can build long claws, which is this, and strong claws, and they're not very good people, but they're not very good what do I want to call them, space fighters, but they do obviously have here, and I see they're quite a few power capacitors, and they have 3 seconds to empty. That's ridiculous. 3 seconds to empty. I don't know why they would give this to us if it's draining in 3 seconds. But that's if all of them were doing it at the same time, but you kind of want more than that. regardless, we're going to be starting. So we can start off and build our own little one, but essentially the Razor Rocket is kind of, I really like the Razor Rocket. I also did get a pack that lets me paint the thing with like these American flags and stuff. So this one is just literally just got a bunch of small laser cannons, and it's very small, and it's just basically just a small corvette. Where this one has rockets, which is kind of cool, and that's quite useful. Now, certain ships are free. So under my rule, I get this points. This is how many ships I can have. I can have 7 free corvettes because I have 7 available ships. You get more ships under certain circumstances, but basically by building new planets. And these are both corvettes. So this is actually very good compared to the human, which didn't really have this. The human corvette was really small. But here I could definitely see spamming a lot more of these uses with all these laser cannons and stuff like that. Sure, they're only point, but they are definitely useful. Maybe they could hang with another ship and help defend it from missiles. Okay, and then we got Kulrathi explorers, which were basically essentially just have fuel cells and scanner rangers, or you're basically going for that or a corvette. They're the 2 ones. That's why the ship is more expensive due to the fact that it is slightly bigger, but it is definitely more useful. So we are going to build a Kulrathi explorer because I think it's a bit better.